And welcome here to Panama, Oklahoma, where your Leopardettes are set to square off against Talihina here in the Panama Festival. Had a slight delay, as you can see, the two teams have come together and they're joined hands in prayer for. We've had a minor medical emergency as one of the parents had some sort of a heat-related emergency. So, just wanted to kind of come on and give you guys a quick update on that and let you know that we have emergency personnel. It's not a Lindsay parent. I'm not sure exactly where the parent's from. Muldrow, maybe.
Yes, I think it is.
It's not a Lindsay parent. So for those just tuning in that may have heard that the ambulance here or whatever, they're getting him attended to. Looks like he's going to be all right. Looks like he just got a little too hot. Last time I checked, Chris, it was 105 degrees. So
yes, no wind, humidity. It's brutal on everybody.
Yeah. So looks like the ump and two coaches have gathered up and they're getting things squared away. So we're going to step away. We're going to take a quick break, and as soon as things get kicked off, we'll be right back. Stay tuned. You're watching Leopardettes softball here on the Leopardette Sports Network.
Hey Leopard Nation, this is number 7, McLean Stennett. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in to Lindsay's number 1 source of Leopardette softball, the Leopardette Sport Network.
Hey, number 20, Kaylin Taylor here, and I wanted to take the time to thank you all for tuning in to Leopard Nation's number 1 source for live streaming, the Leopard Sports Network.
This is number 19, Jaden Webb. I want to thank everybody out there in Leopard Nation for tuning in to the home Leopardette softball, the Leopardette Sports Network.
And welcome back here to Panama, Oklahoma, where your Leopardettes are set to square off against the Talihina Tigers. I am your host today, not Jake Rutledge, along with Reese Flood's dad.
Lost my title already, didn't I? I lost my title already.
The Leopardettes come away a little short last game. We kind of talked about it. I think they'd had a little bit more time. They probably could have pulled that one off. But, with the type of format that they have here, we should have just handled it early. But it is what it is, and hopefully they're going to come out and get a win here against Talihina, Chris.
Yeah. While we took that break, I went over and looked at a couple of the stats. We have 9 batters batting over 350. We have our pitching staff is holding around 1 earned run per average for the weekend. So that's pretty phenomenal pitching. That is excellent batting. I mean, 9 batters batting over 350. That's a strong number to put up. And we had several that were 500, 450s, 475s. So, I'm excited to see what the girls, how they come back. Talking with a couple of the coaches, I think we're going to let some of the younger girls attack here. It'll be interesting to see, how they do with this heat.
Yeah, I've noticed we've got a lot of unfamiliar faces out there. So just whenever I was starting to get the 2 new girls' names down, they're going to throw me a Coach Edwards is throwing the curveball this time. So. Yeah, but we'll get it figured out, and like you were talking, you look at it on paper and you go, "Wow, they've won every game." We did come away with a loss, but I think it was just bad timing. So I think we're going to be fine. And that, folks, if you're wondering who that was, hey Bracken, that was Bracken Klein. Folks, that's the daughter of the living leopard legend, Brandon Klein. That was the daughter. So, but as we were speaking, you know, you look at it on paper and we're fine. You know, we've got one loss, but bad timing. We were set to probably come back and win that game. So nothing to be worried about.
Yeah, no, and we didn't come over here to win every game. We came over here for a challenge, and that's what we got with that team. Good,
Yep.
solid team.
And I'm gonna work on the infield. If you'll scope out that outfield and figure out. I know we've got Erica Medillin in the right, and it looks like catching is gonna be Wood. Over on first is gonna be Addie Dodson. Pitching is gonna be Emma Raines. And I do not see a number on second, short, or third, so we'll work on it.
Center, I think, is Boatright.
I'm not sure who's out and left. That first pitch swung at and missed for strike one. Next pitch in the air on the way. It's going to be fouled away. Strike two. 0-2 the count. That's got to be a shot in the arm, confidence booster for Miss Raines to start out 0-2. Next pitch looked to be a little high and outside. That'll bring the count to 1-2.
Yeah, there's your another freshman.
Yeah.
You know, it's a small circle but a big stage.
Pitch away inside. 2-2 now the count. And I promise by the end of the season, part of the problem is they're wearing their, and that one's going to be fouled away down the third baseline. The jerseys they're wearing only has the number on the back, so we're unable to see who we got out there. That's number 10 at short. It's going to be Anderson out there at short, Wilmot at third, Slater at second, Boatright out there center, Laricella in left as she fields the ball. Able to hold the runner up out there at first base. That's going to be bring up number 16 to bat for Talihina. Pitch in the air. Showing bunt. And Wood unable to get the throw down at second, so that will put the runner on second for Talihina. That's number 1. Corners are empty. Pitch in the air. Showed bunt. Missed it. That'll be strike number 1. That'll bring the count to 1-1. Pitch away. Called strike.
Good spot on that pitch right out there on that edge.
1-2 now the count. Pitch away. Called that one a little outside. 2-2 now the count. Looked like the twin to the previous pitch. Maybe it was just a hair outside.
I do like where this she's lining up more, directly behind the pitcher a little bit so she can see a little better.
Pitch away. That one was definitely outside. That'll bring us full count. Runner out there on second, threatening to steal third. Wood got a close eye on that, though, keeping her contained. Pitch away. Going to be fouled away. Still got us a full count.
Finally got a little bit of breeze there.
Oh, man. That's what I've been waiting on. Next pitch away as the Dirt Devil sweeps from left to right of the screen. And that'll be out number 1. Bring up number 11 to bat for Talihina, and that'll be Morris. Pitch inside, bring count to 1-0. Next pitch on the way, swung at. It's going to be fouled out down the third baseline. Bring the count to 1-1 with 1 out. Lone runner out on second. Corner's empty for Morris. That's going to be Banner out there on second. Next pitch is going to be fouled out again down the third baseline.
You know, she's doing a real good job throwing that pitch inside and choking up those hands. Well, I'm pretty sure this batter can get around on an outside pitch, but she's struggling to get through that inside pitch.
Haven't had a chance to mention her yet. That's Laricella out there, Marion Laricella out there in left. And the runner's going to take off from second, able to steal third as the pitch gets away. Bring the count to 2-2. And that one's going to be fouled away. 2-2, still the count. You hit the nail on the head there. She's keeping them inside.
Yeah, she's keeping them inside. You know, sometimes that's hard for pitchers to believe, you know, that it's okay to live there.
That one's going to be popped up over to right field. It's going to be fielded by Medillin, but not before Banner crosses home and puts one on the board for the Tigers. That'll bring the score 0-1. Tigers on top. Pitch in the air. Lone runner Morris out there on first. Pitch away. The count. Next pitch in the air on the way. That'll bring the count to 3-0. 3-0 again the count. And that one called strike. Bring the count to
3-1.
3-1. I'm conflicted. And that'll be strike number 2. Now we have a full count. Game Changer says this young lady's name is Bear Stops, but the back of her jersey says her name is Moore. So I'm not sure. I'm just going to keep that one.
We'll just, yeah. You can always go with the number.
Because I don't want no Mama Bear on me. And that ball popped up, snagged up.
Oh, and the double play right there from Jesse.
Double play. And that's going to close out top of the first inning. Talihina on top, 1-0, Chris. And I'm looking forward to seeing what this lineup looks like. With that being said, we're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned, folks. You're watching Leopardette Softball live on the Leopardette Sports Network.
When the oilfield industry needs an honest, hard-working, and dependable electrical contractor, they signal for SOS. With a solid reputation for getting the job done, Michael Sherrock and his team are prepared to meet all of your industrial and commercial electrical needs. They're prepared to handle anything, from maintenance to automation and power line service. So remember to dial up SOS the next time you're in need of an industry-leading electrical contractor.
And welcome back once again as we enter the bottom of the first inning. Lady Tigers on top, 1-0. And looks like
Boatwright.
Boatwright will be our one-hole hitter.
You know, I watched her hit down there in Marlow, and she popped one up the middle. So, I mean, she's got the heights for sure.
Boatwright is number 8. And the dugout gets fired up. That first pitch is going to be fouled away. 0-1 will be the count.
Now you like to see this younger group come in. I mean, first pitch aggressive. Let's go hit.
Next pitch is going to be a little dinger over to first.
I might have jinxed her on that.
First out of the inning for the Leopardettes. First at bat, first out. And that'll bring up number 16, Wilmont, for the Leopardettes. Pulling pitching duties for Talihina is number 11, Morris. Ball in the air on the way, called strike, 0-1 the count with 1 out. Pitch away. Called ball 1-2 the count. 1-1, gotta be 1-1. Looked like she was holding up 2 fingers. That one's gonna be line drive over to the pitcher who's able to get the out at first. That'll be the second out of the inning for the Leopardettes. That'll bring up number 24, Addie Dotson, the 3-hole hitter. Pitch away, low, gets away from the catcher. You know, we've got the wind at our back now.
Yeah.
So if she can get some height, it may push it on over. Next pitch. It's going to be just in no man's land out past the second baseman out to center.
Oh, there the girls go. I can hear them cheering now.
They're getting fired up. And it's going to bring up number 23, Briley Wood, bat for the Leopardettes, with Addie Dotson out on first, 2 outs. And she puts it in the gap just past shortstop as Addie Dotson rounds third on her way home, and she will put one on the board for the Leopardettes. That's going to tie it up 1-1. with Wilmot out on second. That's going to bring up number 10, Anderson, to bat for the Leopardettes.
I think that's Briley on second.
Yeah.
We're
And
going to relieve her.
Klein is going to relieve her.
With this heat, you know, you gotta give your catcher a break.
Pitch away, got away from the. And with Klein out there, you don't want to do that. You don't want to let that ball get away from you for that catcher, because you'll look up and she'll be standing on third, waving at you. Next pitch, a little high.
I think she's testing that catcher just a little bit.
2-0 the count. Next pitch away. That's going to bring the count to 3-0. And if you're Anderson, you like where you're sitting right now.
Yes. She's going to come at her right here.
Pitch away. That was called strike. 3-1 now the count. Lone runner out there. Klein on second. Coach Lowry out there getting lonesome on first. I got a feeling he's going to get some company right there. And it was fouled away. I just knew she was going to get a handle on that. That'll bring us to a full count with 2 outs. Lone runner Brecken Klein out on second. Corner's empty. Pitch in the air on the way. That's going to be a ball. Put Anderson out there on first and bring up number 18, Emma Raines, to bat for the Leopardettes. Pitch away. Called strike. You know, we discussed this before the last game. You know, we got so much talent on here. You could take your starting crew and put a whole new crew in and go up against any team in the state and do good.
And keep battling, yeah.
And we're doing it right here. So I guess Coach Edwards heard that and he wanted to prove us right.
Yeah, maybe.
To the count for Emma Raines. Pitch in the air. And it's going to be fouled away. Anderson out there on first. Klein on second. Third. Looks like a ghost town. Pitch looked to be a little inside to me, but she was able to get a hold of it and foul it away.
Yeah, with two strikes on you want to protect. Yeah, if you think it's close, foul it off or go to work.
You don't take a chance.
No, and that's a good job. Don't put it in the ump's hand. Just keep it in yours.
Pitch away, well into the gap beyond shortstop as Klein puts another one on the board for the Leopardettes. That's going to bring the score to 2-1, or correction, 2-1. Leopardettes on top with Anderson making it all the way to third.
I think they swap Lily. Lily going to 2.
Lily took off to second with number 21, Slater, up to bat for the Leopardettes. Pitch on the way. Oh, 1 the count. One the count.
1-1. Nice hit.
And a well hit ball. Just right over the shortstop's head. And Slater able to make it to second as Anderson crosses home and puts another one on the board for the Leopardettes.
I don't know what happened there.
I don't know what happened.
Did we get the 5 runs?
I don't know.
You can ask the umpire. She's right there.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, we just talked to the ump, and we're doing a 3-run rule. So, that I like that in this situation. It gives both teams an opportunity to, especially since there's a time limit.
Yes.
Gives both teams an opportunity to kind of play through, and I love watching these young girls. Chris, that's one of the things I like about doing these festivals early in the year is you get to see some players. You get to kind of get a glimpse into the future of what some of these girls, these younger girls out there playing. You get a glimpse into the future of what Leopardette softball is going to be like, and because you're probably not going to get to see them much later in the season.
Yeah. They, several of these girls that are out there right now already helped us this weekend, though, too. To see that future, it's looking pretty bright for Coach Edwards.
Yeah. And I think it's also going to make some of these JV games a little more interesting because you get to see a fresh set of players out there.
Yes.
Where, in the past we only had 12, 13 kids. If no one's hurt. And so you got to play a game and then turn around and play another one, and you just shuffle them up like dominoes.
Yeah.
So. And that'll bring up number 9, McClard, to bat for the Lady Tigers. Pitch away. Going to be a line drive over to the second baseman, who's able, and that's going to be Slater, who's able to get the ball to first to Addie Dotson.
Makes it kind of tough without those numbers on the front of that jersey.
Well, I'm used to our the same few girls out there. Normally that's going to be Maddie and Jaden. And so it almost slipped. I almost called Addie Slater. I almost called her Jaden. So, first pitch, cold ball. 1-0 the count. That one's going to be fouled away. Talihina coach doing a nice job of snagging that thing up.
Well, if you're the coach, you can't miss it.
I will say that guy's he's got a nice beard.
Yeah.
Anybody's got a beard like that, got to be a good guy.
Gotta be.
And that one's going to make it to the third baseman, Wilmot, who does a nice job of getting the out, connecting with Addie Dotson and getting the out on first. And that was Johnson.
I think our right field and left field changed too. I think we got Kurth in right and Mize in left.
We do. I'm glad you caught that. Next pitch, going to be make it just past Raines. And, a good job there by Anderson, recognizing what happened there, backing up her pitcher, getting it over to first. Weren't able to get the out, but just shows you what these girls are capable of. It's like, hey, I got your back.
Yes, absolutely.
First pitch, cold ball, 2 outs as we are in the top of the second inning. Next pitch, looked high. Ump agrees. Bring the count to 2-0 with 2 outs, lone runner Holland out on first. Brown, number 12, up to bat for the Lady Tigers. Next pitch away. That'll be called ball. 3-0 the count. Next pitch gets away from Wood. And Chris, and that it really didn't matter anyways because it was called a ball.
Yeah, ball four, moving the runner in.
And just a learning lesson. Next pitch. Called strike. 0-1 the count.
And that's excellent. I mean, you walk one and then come right back, throw one down the pipe, start ahead.
Next pitch, a little outside. 1-1 now the count. That'll be number 1 up to bat for the Lady Tigers. Pitch. Ooh. And it gets away from Wood. Runners will steal second and third. And it looks like we've got Brown on second, Holland on third. Got 2 outs. All we need to do is get a couple strikes and we're good, Chris. Pitch away. It's going to be popped up to center. And it's going to land in no man's land. Anderson's going to snag it up. Not before Holland puts one more on the board for the Lady Tigers. It's going to bring the score 3-2. Number 1's going to be out there on first. Brown. Number 3 will be at third, second. Empty as the corners are covered. Next pitch in the air. Called strike. And Wood unable to get the throw down at second as number 12, Brown, crosses home and puts another one on the board for the Lady Tigers. And that, Chris, that's going to tie up the ball game. And so with the rules that we're playing right now, you can only score 3 per inning. Lady Tigers will have an opportunity to go put themselves on top. That one swung at and missed.
That last play, I'm glad to see Browley going for that out at 2. She knows she's got a runner at 3, but you got 2 outs. Make that shot, learn it.
Yeah, that tells you she's got her head in the ball game.
Yes. And there you go.
And that'll do it. That'll do it. We're going to close out the top of the inning. Game changer says we're 4. So I'm going to go with game changer and say we're on top 4-3. But Ump told us we could only score 3.
Only score 3?
I don't know. I'm going to see if we can get some clarifications. That being said, we're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned, folks. You're watching Leopardettes Softball live on the Leopardette Sports Network.
When the oilfield industry needs an honest, hard-working, and dependable electrical contractor, they signal for SOS. With a solid reputation for getting the job done, Michael Sherrock and his team are prepared to meet all of your industrial and commercial electrical needs. They're prepared to handle anything, from maintenance to automation and power line service. So remember to dial up SOS the next time you're in need of an industry-leading electrical contractor.
And welcome back to Panama, and we did have our score right. It's going to be 3-3.
No, 3 to 4. 3 to 4. But they're only allowing 3 runs per inning.
We're 4, they're 3?
Yep.
Okay. I'm confused. We got it fixed.
We-
We got it fixed. Because in the bottom of the second, I thought we could only score 3 per inning. We only scored 3 on the first inning.
That's what I thought. But
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and put 3. We don't have an official scorekeeper here, but according to the ump and according to Coach Edwards, they're only allowing 3 per inning. We had 4 girls cross in the first inning, but from what I understand, they're only going to count 3. So
they probably didn't let that last one. We scored it, but it probably didn't count in the actual books.
and that's going to bring up Medillin to bat for the Leopardettes. With 1 out. Pitch away. Cold strike. 1-1 now the count. Count now 1-2. Next pitch away. Swung out and missed. That'll be strike number 2, bringing the count to 2-2 with 1 out. And that will send Medillin back to the dugout. Leopardettes will now have 2 outs. Pitch on the way, in the air. With number 16, Wilmot.
I think that's 15, Larcilla.
Larcella, okay. Next pitch away, bringing the count to 1-1 with 2 outs, no runners on. Next pitch. Third baseman able to snag that one up and get the out at first. That'll close out the second inning. Tied up with a score of 3-3. That being said, we're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned, folks. You're watching Leopardettes softball live on the Leopardette Sports Network.
When the oilfield industry needs an honest, hard-working, and dependable electrical contractor, they signal for SOS. With a solid reputation for getting the job done, Michael Sherrock and his team are prepared to meet all of your industrial and commercial electrical needs. They're prepared to handle anything, from maintenance to automation and power line service. So remember to dial up SOS the next time you're in need of an industry-leading electrical contractor.
And welcome back here to Panama, Oklahoma, where, you know, Bob and Rooster,
You can hear you. Oh, did you? Oh,
okay, we're back, Chris.
oh there for a second now. You had me going. I thought we were live.
Go ahead.
The Robert was talking to the umpire. She played college ball at Carl Albert. So
And she's from Red Oak, which is the home of a guy named Bob Kirkendall, and he was the police chief at Red Oak, and I don't know, last count I had, he was like 77 years old and still going. And He had a sidekick that rode with him named Rooster. Bob and Rooster. They called him Bob Law. He always had a cigar in his mouth. One of the coolest cats you'll ever meet in your life. If I ever got pulled over, I would want to get pulled over by Bob Law. 1-1 now the count. As number 7 is batting for Talihina. Rain's pitch off the heel of the batter. That's going to send number 7 over to first base. And next pitch in the air, little inside.
Good spot. You know, watching these girls out in the field, every time Emma starts to throw that pitch, you can see them all step forward, get ready. I mean, they're showing character right now.
That one's going to be, it's going to roll right down the third base line. Nice job, Wilmot, hustling to make that play, but unable to get the out. But
She got
she got the out.
She got the out.
I scratched my head for 2 seconds and look up, and the girl's running back this way. It's hot, Chris.
It is very
That's all
hot.
I can say. It's hot. That'll be 1 out.
Ooh.
First pitch is going to be, that one had some
Long
distance.
foul ball.
Fouled away, but that looked dangerous. That looked real dangerous. And that'll be Banner up to bat for Talihina. I believe she scored her last. Whoa.
You call that a bit inside?
Just a tad
That's
bit.
just a bit.
Just
of
a
hit,
tad bit.
tad bit
Yeah.
inside.
A little bit. We'll give her that one. Usually we'd argue, but we'll go ahead and give her that one. 1-1 the count. And that's going to be number 1. Again, Banner batting for Talihina. And that's going to bring the count to 2-1. Next pitch on the way. And makes it to third. And they get the out there as Wilmot connects with Addie Dotson, and that'll be out number 2.
You know, that's trusting your defense right there. You know, she was high in the ball, threw one across the plate, let her hit it, and pretty much saying, I know my defense has got me, and here she's going to do it again.
And Wilmot's going to do it again. Dotson snags it up. That'll be out number 3. Close out the top of the 3rd inning, and Leopardettes now with the opportunity to get in this ball game and jump ahead. That being said, stay tuned, folks. We're going to take another quick break. You're watching Leopardette Softball live on the Leopardette Sports Network.
When the oilfield industry needs an honest, hard-working, and dependable electrical contractor, they signal for SOS. With a solid reputation for getting the job done, Michael Sherrock and his team are prepared to meet all of your industrial and commercial electrical needs. They're prepared to handle anything, from maintenance to automation and power line service. So remember to dial up SOS the next time you're in need of an industry-leading electrical contractor.
And welcome back here to Panama, Oklahoma, as your Leopardettes all knotted up in the bottom of the third inning. 3-all against the Lady Tigers of Talihina. And did you catch who's that bat?
No. I don't know if that's Mize. Kurth.
That is Kurth. And we 2-0 the count.
Oh,
That one's going to be called strike. 2-1 now the count with no outs. Pitch away. High. That'll bring the count to 3-1. Next pitch. Swung at and missed. Full count now for Kurth.
You know, that makes me wonder, these younger girls watching the older girls, because she just pushed her into a full count just like the older girls are doing.
That one gets away from her. That's going to send Kurth over to first base and bring up number 8, Boat Ride. We're back at the top of the lineup, Chris.
Yep. I won't say anything this time.
Hey, I was going to say,
I'm gonna let her
let
do
me
her
handle
thing.
it this time.
Yeah, I'll let her do her thing.
Change her luck. And that one gets away as Kurth cruises out to second. No problem. Didn't even have to turn on the afterburners that time.
No. She looks like pretty quick.
And Boatwright awaiting the pitch. Ball's in the air. Looked inside. Ump agrees. 2-0 the count. No outs. Corner's empty. Kurth, lone runner out on second. Pitch away. Call ball. 3-0 the count now. Here in the bottom of the third, we're right back at the top of the lineup with Boatwright. Next pitch, going to be low. That's going to send Boatwright over to first, and Kurth's going to make it look easy. Still in third. Boatwright makes it to second.
Yeah.
So, and that gives your batter a little bit of cushion. And number 16, Wilmot, up to bat for the Leopardettes. And that one gets away from the catcher. Pitch away. Next one hits the ground. And Kurth able to put another point on the board for the Leopardettes.
I wonder if still home. Yeah, she was safe. The what was that? Kurth stole home, but that catcher had turned her back, and I'm pretty sure Boatwright was thinking about taking it. I was kind of silently rooting for her there.
Oh, you can root for the home team.
I can?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just can't root for them Tigers out there. Leopards. We're on the Leopard side.
Yeah, oh, I got that.
Yeah. I think leopards are a lot prettier cat anyways, don't you?
Yeah.
Than a tiger. Tigers kind of look a little rough and scraggly. Them old leopards, they're pretty.
Yeah, we bleed orange. It takes a long time to bleed us out.
And That is number 16, Wilmot, up to bat for the Leopardettes. Full count. And that one, they're going to send, that's ball 4. It's going to send Wilmot over to home. Corner's covered now. Second, looking pretty lonely. You can tell Coach Lowry, he loves it when he gets some company over there.
Yeah.
And that pitch is going to hit the ground, and it gets away. That's going to put Boatwright across home. We got another point on the board for the Leopardettes. And with this format, we can only score one more, so we're setting 5-3. Ooh! As Addie Dotson fouls that ball away, and it barely missed Wilmot and Coach Edwards. And that thing had some heat on it.
That might have took a year or two off Wilmot's life right there.
Man. Next pitch. And that one gets away from the catcher. Wilmot, she thought about it.
Yeah.
She thought about it, but
I think she's too afraid to get close to Addie right
man,
now.
I'm telling you. I'm going to go ahead and call it. I think Addie can hit one over right here. Next pitch. And it's going to be directly to the shortstop. But not before Wilmot puts that 6th point on the board for the Leopardettes. And that's going to send us to the top of the 4th inning. Leopardettes on top, 6-3. Stay tuned, folks. You're watching Leopardette Softball live on the Leopardette Sports Network.
When the oilfield industry needs an honest, hard-working, and dependable electrical contractor, they signal for SOS. With a solid reputation for getting the job done, Michael Sherrock and his team are prepared to meet all of your industrial and commercial electrical needs. They're prepared to handle anything, from maintenance to automation and power line service. So remember to dial up SOS the next time you're in need of an industry-leading electrical contractor.
Welcome back to Panama, Oklahoma, where the Leopardettes are taking on the Talihina Lady Tigers here in the Panama Festival. And enter the top of the 4th inning, Leopardettes on top, 6-3. And it's just, Chris, it's a seesaw battle back and forth. So
Yeah. But what I'm liking, what I see is, there ain't much difference in the older girls and the way these girls are playing right now. You had corners covered, hard ball hit up the middle, scoring. I mean, the same thing, just a little younger, a little less experience. I'm not going to say anything less about the girls, but absolutely doing the exact same thing. And that's great knowing that's coming up for the next 4 years.
yeah, you can breathe easy if you're Dan
Yes, you
Edwards.
can.
I made the joke yesterday. I said, I could coach this team and easily just say, hey, girls, go out there and play ball. And
Yeah.
wouldn't be we'd probably.
If you need me,
We'd
I'm
go
in the
do
dugout
something.
drinking water.
Yeah. I'd have me one of those little fancy fans over there with that blows out mist and all that stuff. First pitch. Gonna make it out into no man's land, far left field. And that's Mize out there in left field, who does a good job of snagging that ball up and getting it into Anderson. Mize calls time. Looks like she's had a shoe malfunction. putting Morris on second. And I think this is the tougher part of their lineup, Chris.
Yeah. You know, Emma's done a good job of, getting some strikes on them, make the batters think. Swing the bat. You can't just stand up there. And when she gets in a little bind, she relies on her defense. You can't, that's exactly what a pitcher needs to do.
Yeah, and Emma's got a lot of experience. But with now she's playing some of these high school girls are a little bit smarter, a little bit more experienced, but she's definitely holding her own against them.
Yes, she is, absolutely.
You like to see that, and as young as she is, she's only going to get better.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that one's going to be popped up to center as Boatwright gets underneath it. That'll be out number 1. So we were looking at the 3-0 count. Boatwright turns that into an out.
Absolutely. That was way up there, too.
It was. That pitch, far inside. Call the ball. 1-0 the count with 1 out. Lone runner on second, Morris. McClard up to bat for the Tigers. And you got to give Wood some credit there. That ball got away from Raines, but Wood was able to make the adjustment, save it, and that held the runner up there at second because she was ready to take off.
Yeah, I'm wanting to see one more base runner try to steal on her. She's got a pretty good arm. I think she'll get the next one.
Pitch away, 3-0 was the count. That one called the strike, bringing the count to 3-1 for McClard. Again, Morris, lone runner out there on second. Corners are empty. Next pitch away. It's going to be fouled away as Addie Dotson tries to snag it up, unable to get underneath it. I don't think I've ever seen her not smiling on the field.
Yeah.
Pitch.
She's got a lot of energy.
And that'll be ball 4. That'll send McClard over to first. That's gonna, with Morris on second and McClard on first, that'll bring up number 10, Johnson, to bat for the Tigers. First pitch, low and inside. Called ball, 1-0 the count. Next pitch. That one's going to be popped up to left field as Mize able to get underneath it. That's going to be out number 2.
And see, I mean, I'm super impressed right here with Emma. She is absolutely relying on that defense, and they have got her back. They've done it every time for her. From Wilmont to Mize in left to Boatwright in center. These girls are solid.
And that brings up number 2, Holland, to bat for the Tigers. First pitch called the ball. 1-0 the count with 2 outs. 2 runners on first and second. McClard and Morris, respectively. Next pitch in the air on the way as Morris took off and was able to take third, and McClard took second, leaving first base empty for Holland. And these Tigers aren't going down without a fight. Next pitch is going to be fouled away, bringing the count to 1-2.
I'll take a strikeout or a soft hit for this infield to make that throw to one.
Pitch on the way. Right over to second base. Leopardettes make it look easy as Slater connects with Dotson for the third out. And that will be the ball game, folks. Leopardettes on top, win it with a lot of young girls, 6-3. And we're going to see if we can get a couple of these girls on and do a couple interviews here in just a second. So we're going to cut, we're going to go to a break, and then we'll be back. Stay tuned, folks. You're watching Leopardette Softball live on the Leopardette Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Shelton with Lindsay Family Dentistry. I'd like to thank all the patients we've been able to serve over the years. For those of you who are unhappy with your smile, tired of having dental pain, crooked or missing teeth, or loose-fitting dentures, at Lindsay Family Dentistry, we can care for all your dental needs, including cosmetic dentistry, crown and bridge, root canals, braces, Invisalign, conventional implants for tooth replacement, and mini diameter implants for denture stabilization. Our braces fee starts at $4,500, and for those of you with poor-fitting dentures, we can place 6 mini-diameter implants on the upper for $3,600 and 4 mini-diameter implants on the lower for $2,600. To schedule your consultation, stop by the office at 102 Southwest 7th Street, Lindsay, Oklahoma, or give us a call at 405-756-4093. As a 1997 graduate of Lindsay High School, I'd like to take the time to say Go Leopards.
When the oilfield industry needs an honest, hard-working, and dependable electrical contractor, they signal for SOS. With a solid reputation for getting the job done, Michael Sherrock and his team are prepared to meet all of your industrial and commercial electrical needs. They're prepared to handle anything, from maintenance to automation and power line service. So remember to dial SOS the next time you're in need of an industry-leading electrical contractor. When the oilfield industry needs an honest, hard-working, and dependable electrical contractor, they signal for SOS. With a solid reputation for getting the job done, Michael Sherrock and his team are prepared for all of your industrial and commercial electrical needs. They're prepared to handle anything, from maintenance to automation and power line service. So remember to dial up SOS the next time you're in need of an industry-leading electrical contractor.
And we had to take a quick SOS break there. We lost our sound, but Emma, we'll start back with you. I'm not sure exactly where we lost our sound, but talk a little bit about what it's like. You know, this is your first game, first regular season game to get to play on the high school team. What's that like? And you come away with a win.
Honestly, it was really fun getting to hang out with them, especially just like this whole weekend all together. We did so much stuff together, so much team bonding. It was really fun, and we've been practicing so much that it doesn't really feel any different. Like, it doesn't feel strange.
And, you know, there was a couple of times there you either had a full count or maybe you had three. There was one time in particular you had 3 balls and you just slung that ball in there, relied on the girls behind you. It's got to be nice to be a pitcher and have such a good team behind you. Talk a little bit about that. What's that like?
Honestly, it makes it so much easier knowing that I have like so many girls behind me that know what they're doing and know how to field the ball and make a play.
And last but certainly not least, the newcomer. And refresh my memory. What grade are you in?
Junior.
So okay, you're the newcomer to Leopardettes softball, Leslie Wilmot. And Leslie, we seen you out there on third making some real tough plays. There were some well-hit balls by the other team, but you were able just to snag that thing up, make it look easy, get it over to Addie at first. Talk a little bit about that. What's your experience? I mean, for the folks that are watching, they don't know anything about you. You know, we haven't got to watch you come up in softball. What's your experience?
Well, I've always played third, and mostly at Maysville I played kind of everywhere, so besides pitching. But I don't know, I've always just been good. My dad's always been hard on me about hitting ground balls, so it's kind of just come to nature. But I don't know, it was, don't get me wrong, it was scary. I was nervous, very nervous, trying to impress people. But no, it's just, I don't know, you gotta act in the moment.
And so, and what's it like, you know, coming from Maysville to Lindsay? Is the competition a little bit stiffer, or?
It's a lot more intense than I really thought, because over there you most times didn't have 9 to play, and now I'm having to fight for a spot, and I've had multiple people tell me I've gotten better just from being over here at practice and seeing better people and getting more experience with it. So I think it was a hard decision, but it was a good one.
Do you play travel ball as
I
well?
haven't,
You
no.
don't. So you've just played school ball
Yes.
and little league up to school
Yeah.
ball. So what do you think about your new teammates?
I'm really a nervous person, and I was really worried about it because I've never moved before. But I mean, as soon as I got here, I felt welcome, and they all talked to me because I've known Lily and Addie for a while. I played with them a long time ago, so I knew some people, but it was just, especially over this weekend, it felt like we've really been welcomed. It was really nice.
Well, I'll be the first to say, after watching you play, you're definitely welcome to Lindsay. So,
Thank you.
and ladies, I appreciate you guys taking the time. I know the rest of the team's already probably at the bus, but I appreciate y'all taking the time to come in and stop in and talk to us. And good job today, ladies.
Thank you.
For those of you sitting at home watching, we're going to be back Monday at home, and I'd like to encourage everybody to go ahead and just make it out to the game. You can always watch our stream, but we prefer that you be at the game so you can watch these young ladies play.
It'll be fun.
It will be fun. So, with that being said, we appreciate you tuning in. And tune in again Monday, folks, for Leopardette softball here live on the Leopardette Sports Network.
When the oilfield industry needs an honest, hard-working, and dependable electrical contractor, they signal for SOS. With a solid reputation for getting the job done, Michael Sherrock and his team are prepared to meet all of your industrial and commercial electrical needs. They're prepared to handle anything, from maintenance to automation and power line service. So remember to dial up SOS the next time you're in need of an industry-leading electrical contractor.